followed by a class of men who are not very authorized and who have manufactured their own way of devotional service. They imagine that they have become associate of Lord simply by thinking of themselves like that. This external behavior is not at all according to the regulative principle. The so-called Siddha Pranali process is followed by the Prakito Sahajiya, a pseudo sect of so-called Vaishnavas. In the opinion of Goswami, such activities are simply disturbance to the standard of devotional service. Because this process is not recommended by the scripture, that the scripture say, what is the verse? Pancharatya vidhingvina oikeanti bharer bhakti utpatayeva kala. What is that? Shruti Puranadi Pancharatya vidhingvina oikeanti bharer bhakti utpat. What is Siddha Pranali? Siddha means perfection. How to become perfect? By some process. In Vrindavan, some Babajis, the Shahjiyas, the pure Babajis, Shahjiyas, they give Siddha Pranali. Oh, what is Siddha Pranali? I am giving initiation that you are the peacock in Krishna's pastime. So now go room and practice. Shut down your door and stand on one leg like a peacock and sound like cuckoo. And if you have practiced like that, then in the next life you will become peacock in Krishna's pastime. This type of practice is a Siddha. But this type of process actually disturbance because it is not recommended by the scripture. Sri Goswami says that learned acharyas recommend that we follow the regulative principles even after the development of spontaneous love for Krishna. It's very important. When Sanatana Goswami, okay. Sanatana Goswami is old age also. He 80 years, very old. He used to do Govardhan Parikrama. But he did not say, oh, I am become old, so I can reduce. No, he never did. Haridas Thakur, when he was living in the body, Chaitanya asked, what is your? So he said, my body is okay. My mind is bad. Not want to chant. I am unable to finish my prescribed round. Mahaprabhu, you are Siddha. Why are you so much worried about your regulative principle? Haridas Thakur said, no, I am. My mind is disturbed. My mind is very strictly following the rules. I am unable to finish my quota. So here you can see, even after the development of spontaneous law, Krishna is still follow. Oh, I am an advanced devotee. I have no need to go at Mangalarati. Not like that. According to the regulative principles, there are 9 departmental activities as described above. One should specifically engage himself in the type of devotional service for which he has a natural aptitude. For example, one person may have a particular interest in hearing. So 9 process, Shravan Kirtan Smaran. Another may have particular interest in chanting. Another particular interest in serving in the temple. So, these or any of the other 6 types of devotional service, Shmaran, Shravan, Kirtan, and Padashavan, 3 are described. Shravan, Kirtan, Padashavan, 3 again. Another 6 is Shmaran, remembering, serving, praying, engaging in some particular service, being a friendly relationship, or offering everything in one's possession. Should be executed in full earnestness. In this way, everyone should act according to this particular test. So, if you are unable to perform all 9, any some 2, 3, or at least 1, but that should be any Part-1, earnestness. Now, there are different types of Raganuga bhaktis. Here, conjugal love. Devotional service following in the footsteps of gopis of Vrindavan or the queens of Dwaraka are called devotional service in conjugal love. Madhurya Ras. This word Madhurya Ras word come from Madhur. Madhu means honey. Honey is most sweet. So this Ras is the highest. That is called Madhur Ras. From Madhur Ras is what comes Madhurya in conjugal love. This devotional service in conjugal love can be divided into 2 categories. Shakya and Paroki. One is indirect conjugal love, the other is direct. In both of the categories, one has to follow the particular gopi who is engaged in the service in the Golok Vrindavan. To be directly attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in conjugal love is technically called Keli. Keli performance means to directly join with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are other devotees who do not wish direct contact with the Supreme Person, but who relish the conjugal loving affairs of the Lord with the gopis. Such devotees enjoy simply by hearing of the activities of the Lord with the gopis. This development of conjugal love can be possible only with those who are already engaged in the following regulative principles of devotional service. Specifically, in the worship of Radha Krishna in the temple. Such devotees gradually develop a spontaneous love for divinity. And by hearing of the Lord's exchange of loving affairs with the gopis, they gradually become attracted to these pastimes. After this spontaneous attraction becomes highly developed, the devotee is placed in either of the above mentioned categories. This development of conjugal love for Krishna is not manifested in women only. The material body has nothing to do with spiritual loving affairs. A woman may develop an attitude for becoming a friend of Krishna, and similarly, a man may develop a feature becoming gopi in Vrindavan. How a devotee in the form of a man can desire to become a gopi is stated in the Padma Purana as follows. In days gone by, there are many sages in Dandakaranya. Dandakaranya is the name of the forest where Lord Ramchandra lived after being banished by his father for 14 years. At that time, there were many advanced sages who were captivated by the beauty of Lord Ramchandra and who desired to become women in order to embrace the Lord. Later on, these sages appeared in Gokul Vrindavan when Krishna advented himself there. And they were born as gopis or girlfriends of Krishna. In this way, they attained the perfection of the spiritual life. So Dandakarna rishis, they are called different type of gopis. Rishi Chari gopis. These rishis become gopis. And Shruti Chari, the Shruti mantra Veda, they want to also become like Gopis. They are called Shruti Chari Gopis. The story of the sages of Dandakaranya can be explained as follows. When Lord Ramchandra was residing in Dandakaranya, the sages who are engaged in devotional service or become attracted by his beauty and immediately thought of gopis at Vrindavan, who enjoyed conjugal loving affection with Krishna. In this instance, it is clear that the sages of Dandakaranya desired conjugal love in the matter of the gopis, although they were well aware of the Supreme Lord as both Krishna and Lord Ramchandra. They knew that although Ramchandra was an ideal king and could not accept more than one wife, Lord Krishna, being the full-fledged personality of Godhead, could fulfill the desires of all of them in Vrindavan. The sages also concluded that the form of Lord Krishna is more attractive than that of Lord Ramchandra. And so they prayed to become gopis in their future lives to be associated with Krishna. Lord Ramchandra remained silent, and his silence shows that he accepted the prayers of the sages. Thus, they are blessed by Lord Ramchandra to have association with Lord Krishna in their future lives. As a result of this benediction, they all took part as women in the womb of gopis at Gokul. And as they had desired in their previous lives, they enjoyed the company of Lord Krishna, who was present at that time in Gokul Vrindavan. The perfection of their human form of life was thus achieved by their generating a transcendental sentiment to share conjugal love with Lord Krishna. Conjugal love is divided into two classifications, namely conjugal love, the husband and wife, short ya. Conjugal love as lover and beloved, parokya. One who develops conjugal love for Krishna as a wife is promoted to Dharaka, while the devotees become the queen of the Lord. One who develops conjugal love for Krishna as a lava is promoted to Golok Vrindavan to associate with gopis and enjoy loving affairs with Krishna there. We should note carefully, however, that this conjugal love for Krishna, either as gopi or as queen, is not limited only to women. Even men can be developed such sentiments, as was evidenced by the sages of Dandakaranya. If someone simply desires conjugal love but does not follow in the footsteps of the gopis, he is promoted to the association Lord at Dharaka. Someone desires conjugal love but not following the gopis, then they will get conjugal love of Dharaka. In the Mahakurma Puran, it is stated, great sages who are the sons of fire gods rigidly followed the regular principles in their desire to have conjugal love for Krishna. As such, in their next lives, they were able to associate with the Lord, the origin of all creation, who is known as Vasudeva or Krishna, and all of them got him as their husband. This is mentioned in Mahakurma Puran. Now, Raganuga Bhakti and parenthood or friendship. Devotees who are attracted to Krishna as parents or as friends should follow in the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj. Those who want to become parents. And those who are friends should follow Shubha. So parents and friends should strictly follow Nanda and Shubha. Nanda Maharaj is the foster father of Krishna. And out of all of the friends of Krishna, Shubal is the most intimate in Braj. Father also, Vasudeva also father. There are also other Upananda, other uncles. Best one is Nanda. That is the one should follow Nanda. In the development of becoming either the father or friend of the Lord, there are two varieties. One method is that one may try to become the father of the Lord directly, and the other is that one may follow Nanda Maharaj and cherish the ideal of being Krishna's father. Out of these two, the attempt to directly become the father of Krishna is not recommended. Such a development can become polluted by Mayava impersonalism. Like, I want to enjoy like Krishna. This is Mayava. The same way, I want to enjoy like Nanda Maharaj. The Mayavadis or monists think that they themselves are Krishna. And if one thinks that he himself has become Nanda Maharaj, then his parental love will become contaminated with the Mayavad philosophy. The Mayavad philosophical way of thinking is offensive. And no offender can enter into the kingdom of God to associate with Krishna. In this Skanda Purana, there is a story of an old man residing in Hastinapur, capital of the kingdom of the Pandavas, who desired Krishna as his beloved son. This old man was instructed by Narad to follow the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj, and thus he achieved success. There is a statement in Narayan Bhuva prayers that persons who are always engaged in thinking of Lord as their husband, friend, father, or well-wisher are always worshipable by everyone. This spontaneous love for Krishna can be developed only by the special mercy of Krishna or his pure devotee. This process of devotional service is sometimes called Pushti Marg, another word, Pushti Marg. This process of devotional service is sometimes called Pushti Marg. Is that this spontaneous love for Krishna can be developed only by a special mercy of Krishna or his pure devotee. Pushti means nourishment, and Marg means path. Such development of sentiment nourishes devotional service to the highest standard. Thus it is called the path of nourishment or Pushti Marg. The Vallabha Charya Sampradaya, Vallabha Sampradaya, which belongs to the Vishnu Shami sect of Vaishnava religion, worships Krishna in this Pushti Marg. Generally, devotees in Gujarat worship Balakrishna under the setting of Pushti Marg. So, we read up to 16th chapter, 15 and 16. These two chapters were Raga. So, up to 14, they are Sadhan Bhakti. Sadhan Bhakti, both are Boili Sadhan Bhakti. 15, 16, Raganubhakti. 17 and 18 will explain Bhav Bhakti, and 19 the last chapter of this Christian side of Prema Bhakti. So 17, 18 is ecstatic love, means Bhava Bhakti. So what is Bhava Bhakti, what is Prema Bhakti? If Prema Bhakti is compared with sun, and the first ray of sun is called Bhava Bhakti. In English is translated ecstatic love. The process of executing a regular devotional service, one is actually elevated onto the transcendental stage, beyond the material modes of nature. At that time, one's heart becomes illuminated like the sun. The sun is far above the planetary systems, and there is no possibility of its being covered by any kind of cloud. Similarly, when a devotee is purified like the sun, from his pure heart, there is a diffusion of ecstatic love, which is more glorious than the sunshine. Only at that time is the attachment to Krishna perfect. Spontaneously, the devotee becomes eager to serve the Lord in his ecstatic love. At this stage, the devotee is on the platform of Uttamodhikari, perfect devotion. Such a devotee has no hesitation from material affections and is interested only in the service of Radha and Krishna. To clarify, in the previous chapters, the symptoms of devotional service are explained along with instructions as to how we may execute devotional service with our present senses and gradually rise to the platform of ecstasy in spontaneous love. And the two kinds of devotional service, namely devotional service through regulatory principle and through spontaneous love, were discussed. So up to 14th chapter, we discussed regulatory principles, and 15, 16, spontaneous love were discussed. Within the stage of the regulatory principles of devotional service, there are two divisions, namely executive and effective. This effective portion of devotional service is called bhav or ecstasy. In this connection, there is a statement in the Tantra that ecstasy is first symptom of pure love for the personal Godhead, and in this stage one is sometimes found shedding tears and shivering. What is bhav? Bhav or ecstasy, the first symptom of pure love, first sunrise. And in this stage, one is sometimes found shedding tears or shivering. Not always these symptoms manifest, but occasionally. When King Ambarish was put into difficulty by Durvasa, he began to think of the lotus feet of Lord, and thus there are some changes in his body, and tears were falling from his eyes. The symptoms are activities of ecstasy. They are visible in the shivering of the body and the shedding of tears. After the onward appearance of these ecstatic symptoms, they stay within the mind, and continuation of ecstasy is called samadhi. This stage of appreciation becomes the cause of future exchanges of loving affairs with Krishna. Elevation to this stage of ecstasy can be possible in two ways. One way is by constant association with pure devotees. The other way is by the special mercy of Krishna. or by the mercy of the pure devotee of Krishna. So elevation stage of ecstasy, two ways. How one can get that ecstasy? By constant association with pure devotee. The constant association means is our endeavor. We have to associate. Other way, special mercy, is kripa. First one is we have to practice, another is causeless mercy by Krishna ority. Elevation to the ecstatic stage of life is generally attained through association with pure devotee. For elevation to the stage by the special mercy of Krishna or his devotees is very rare. Like to get PhD degree, normal process you have to study. But sometimes you can get honorary degree. But that is very rare. Normal process you have to go through. So for getting this ecstasy, special mercy work, but very rare. But we, from our side, constantly associated with it. The purpose is that one should execute devotional service rigidly in the association of devotees so that there will be certainly in raising oneself to the ecstatic position. In special cases, of course, there is a special favor from Krishna. And although we should always expect that, we should not sit idly and simply wait for Krishna's special mercy. The regular duties must be performed. Oh, teacher will be merciful unto me. Okay, we expect the teacher should be merciful, but we should study also. It is just as when sometimes it is found that a person who never attended school or college may be recognized as a great scholar or an ordinary degree from great universities may be offered to him. But this does not mean that one should avoid school and expect to automatically receive an honorary degree from some university. Similarly, one should devoutly execute the regulative principles of devotional service and at the same time hope for Krishna's favor or for his devotees' favor. So we can stop here. Should wait for devotees' favor. That's a little harder, subject tougher, because we don't have any experience. That is like a little tough. We're trying our best, but at the same time, we're hankering for the mercy also. Okay, Bangshi Dirgapal.
Hare Krishna Maharaj Dandavat Pranam. So Maharaj, here it is mentioned about all the bhavas like the Dasya, Sakhya and Vatsalya and Madhurya. So as a devotee, like in Gaudiya Vaishnavas, in our Sampradaya, I think our main goal is to achieve the Madhurya Prem. So as a devotee, should we just focus and assume that that is our goal and we need to go there, or we can have some other bhav also? And if that is the case, then how do we get to that stage?
No other bhav. Only one bhav to serve. Even mother, even parent, any bhav. Why? To serve. So our only desire to serve. And like, just imagine, you are a king. Some girl maid servant came and say, I want to become a king. How will you feel? But on our service, if you please, you may accept her as well.
Hmm.
So if she come and demand, I want to be your wife, you will not like that.
Hmm.
In the same way, whatever situation, like someone come, I want to be your father. How to it? But if someone is serving your servant, he serves in such way like a father, then you may call him as a father. We have seen in our village also, in our family also. There are servants, very aged. This is so humble, so service attitude. We respect him like our father. He sometimes is just like my father also. He loves us so much. He sometimes just like my father also. So he never demanded that. Due to his behavior, we have respect.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you see in Shikshashtakam. What is the fifth Shikshashtakam? Oi Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram
Karim.
Shame Bhavambudhu. Kipaya Tava Pada Pankaj Sita Dhulishatashin Vichinta.
Chinta.
So that is a desire. He directly want to son. Even the queen of Dwarka, what they want? Want the queen?
No.
No. They want the son as maid son.
Hmm.
In Vaikuntha, Krishna want to keep Lakshmi in a chest, but she massaging feet. So however lashes, our only one desire to serve. Now it is up to Krishna, which service he engages.
Okay. So Maharaj, like to go little further, even service in different bhav is different. Like if I want to serve Krishna as a parent, then my service may be different. If I want to serve Krishna as a friend, then my service may be different. If I just want to serve Krishna as a menial servant, then my service and my smaran may be different. So
Why?
as a sadhaka,
Who told you to smaran? Your spiritual Guru Paramahansa only chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Don't remember other thing. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please engage me in my service. Then he will engage. You are remembering, oh, I want to play with him, raising field. No, you cannot meditate like that.
okay.
Simply chant. How to chant? Rashana Manoshi Nijijya. Rupa Goswami said in Upadeshamrita 8 verse. Rasana Manoshi Nijijya. Rasana, tongue and mind. Only engage two things. Engage your tongue and engage your mind. And take mind with your tongue. Are you chanting? And how he's chanting or not? How to know that? His security guard, his ear. Ear will give, yes, he's chanting, don't worry. So, Rasana Manashi Nijajja. For our purpose, just hammer the mind, just direct tongue, he's chanting or not, and keeps ear there as a security guard, he's chanting or not.
Okay.
No need about
Thank you, Maharaj.
remembering something.
Okay. Thank you, Maharaj.
Shundar
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanat Pranam. Maharaj, I wanted to ask that these things like mentioned that it should not be there, that we should desire to become a friend or like one of the personal associate of Krishna. But it is there, Maharaj. It should not be there, but it is there in my heart. And like I heard in one class also, like that we have 856 dishes in spiritual world. So how we will like the dishes of material world? So the devotee was Prabhuji was inspiring like that. So Maharaj, that desire is always there. So how can we reconcile both?
Actually, that desire will develop. There is no harm. Srila Prabhupada wrote in on Sri Krishna Vignapti. কত বনে ছুটাছুটি বনে খাই লুটাপুটি সেই দিন কবে হবে মোর প্রবাদ wanted with Krishna. Krishna tava punna হবে. But but from our side, only to humble want to serve. But we cannot demand. If we demand, we are not servant. Again give you example. Your master and some servants want something. He is not qualified as a servant. I want to be a parent. How will you feel? Awkward. And you try to kick him out. Okay, I don't want your service. He brought 1 glass of water and drinking. You will think, okay, I'm drinking water, and next time you will say, oh, I want to be a father. But I don't want water from you, God. So if that type of demand, it will be fearful to take service from him also. Okay.
Thank you. Dhanup.
So, introduction, sample,
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandvat Pranam.